And for me personally, every time I've looked up recommendations online, they're like not that helpful. They'll always say like, start seeing a therapist, focus on your mental health, practice more mindfulness. And I'm like, bitch, I am doing all of that and it's not working, goddammit. Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. Oh. Guys, when I was drying my hair this morning, I pulled a muscle in my neck. Somebody give me a life alert stat. Ow. In today's video, I am so excited for what we're going to be talking about because it has been quite a long time since I've made a video about acne and y'all have not let me forget it. Which thank you so much for calling me out on my bullshit. I appreciate it as always. I'm going to be answering every question about acne in existence. Not quite. I'm going to answer as many as I can. Over the years, I've seen so many questions from you guys coming through asking about acne, how to treat it, how to get rid of it. And even though I've already made videos about acne in the past, I was like, you know what? Let's just cut the bullshit and let me just dive into these questions because when it comes to acne, it is really complicated and difficult and everyone has their own individual unique concerns. So I figured I would answer your guys' questions you've submitted to me over Instagram and YouTube comments, TikTok comments. I went through hundreds and hundreds of them, finding the best possible questions to answer in the hope that it will help you with your own acne journey. So let's just jump into them. Also, can I say two things real quick? First, I apologize about my hair. I am trying to style it differently and I clearly don't know what the I'm doing. I know a lot about skin, but I know nothing about hair. So enjoy the view. So first up, this one is a doozy, man. I've been putting rubbing alcohol on my pimples right before I put on a pimple patch. Is that okay to do? No. If not, what should I be doing? I appreciate your honesty. But not gonna lie, when I saw this one, I was like, oh my God. But you know what? We have all been there, just trying to use anything we possibly can to treat a pimple because they can be super frustrating. But rubbing alcohol is not gonna help. It's actually gonna do the opposite and potentially inflame, irritate, and make the breakout even worse than it was before, which means you're kind of extending the amount of time that that pimple is gonna be on your face, which is not what we want. No bueno. What I would recommend using instead of rubbing alcohol is to use a salicylic acid treatment or a spot treatment. The reason why is because salicylic acid goes deep into the pore and exfoliates out any extra dirt, oil, sebum, or dead skin that has accumulated there that is causing the breakout to begin with. And it'll speed up the process of your breakout or pimple healing. There's two main ones that I recommend. First is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliant. I have preached about this one for years. It's one of my all-time favorites. It has the highest concentration of salicylic acid you can get, 2%, and I would recommend using this one on the spot about 3 times a week. Or if you're wanting a more gentle approach that you can use every day, the Self by Hyram Salicylic Acid Serum is a great one for that. It has a gentle concentration of salicylic acid as well as succinic acid and niacinamide, all of which work together to take care of that pimple, but at a gentle enough dose that you can use it every day without overly drying out or sensitizing your skin. And short promo, Self by Hyram is officially at Target, so you can get it for delivery or go to your local Target and find it. But yeah, salicylic acid is going to be way better than rubbing alcohol, and I actually do recommend using a pimple patch after you apply the salicylic acid product. This will just help to make sure that your skin keeps its oils that it needs and it protects you from touching it or dirt or bacteria getting in that area. My personal favorite patches are, well, first, if you want a really simple one, the Mighty Patch is great. I use that one all the time. Or if you want a little bit more of a luxurious treatment, Zitstica is great. But whatever you choose, going with those two options is definitely a much better route. Oh, by the way, all the products that I'm mentioning in today's video will be linked in the description box below. I do make a small commission that helps to support me and my channel if you are interested in purchasing any of them, but no pressure whatsoever. They're just there as a resource. That one was a doozy. How do I get rid of dark spots on my face from past pimples? Now, this is the most asked question I get across all of my social media accounts. Acne scarring, post-acne marks. How the fuck do you get rid of them? This is one of the hardest issues to treat on your skin because essentially it is scarring that won't necessarily be resolved with just a normal skincare routine. This is when you really have to use those powerful active ingredients to treat that underlying damage to get rid of the marks and scarring. So what do we use? Here's my top 4 ingredients that you should use and the best products to go with them. First up, retinol. I absolutely love retinol for treating any post-acne marks or acne scarring because what it's doing is forcing your skin to create new baby skin cells that will replace the old damaged ones. Y'all already know this, but my favorite retinol is the Self by Hyram Retinol and Rainbow Algae Repair Serum. It's a gentle retinol to use if you're a first-time retinol user, but it has multiple ingredients that specifically focus on helping to fade the appearance of hyperpigmentation, aka that dark mark that stays on your skin. Second is alpha-arbutin. This is a really powerful ingredient for helping to fade hyperpigmentation in the skin, but it operates differently from retinol as it helps to fade the discoloration. If you're noticing that it's really persistent. I'd recommend the Inkey List Alpha Arbutin Serum. This is a great, simple, and affordable product that will work to help to fade that area if, say, retinol isn't really doing it for you. Number 3, good old vitamin C. This ingredient is so well known for helping to brighten any areas that do have darkness, and while I don't think it's as effective as retinol, definitely nowhere near, it can sometimes be really helpful if retinol just really isn't doing the trick. And then number 4, finally, tretinoin. Tretinoin is one of the most powerful skincare ingredients out there. It's literally a prescription skincare ingredient, so it is very powerful, and it essentially works in the same way retinol does, but just way more intense. And some of you guys might be like, Hyram, why wasn't that your first recommendation? Because tretinoin is a very powerful, strong ingredient and can be a little bit overwhelming, but it works. And I personally love prescription skincare services like Dermatica or Curology. They make it super easy to get you a customized tretinoin product. I hope that helps. Those are all my top ingredients and top product recommendations. What is the best way to prevent blackheads? I can get rid of them, but they reappear 2 days later and I don't want to over exfoliate. Good question. Blackheads are really, really tricky because it's just an issue that will always be there. You can thank genetics for that, folks. The best ingredient to help with blackheads is salicylic acid. I recommend using it every day or regularly throughout the week if you want to keep those blackheads at bay, because salicylic acid has the smallest molecular size out of any exfoliating acid, which means it's able to get deepest in your pore and really push all that blackhead shit out. Opt for a more gentle formula that you can use every day, or use a stronger formula 3, maybe 4 times a week. I also recommend using a really good cleanser that's able to get deep in the pores. My personal favorite for helping with blackheads is the Used to the People Kaolin Green Tea Superfood Cleanser. Whenever I'm looking at my skin and I'm like, damn, these blackheads are back on the show, I use that cleanser and I swear it removes so many of the blackheads on my face. It's a miracle worker. And then finally, using the ingredient niacinamide in any format, whether that's in a moisturizer or a serum. Niacinamide helps to address the root cause of overproduction of sebum and oil on your face, which is contributing to those blackheads. And by using niacinamide, it'll help to reduce that oil production so you can say bye-bye to blackheads. That was cheesy and very cringy. I'm so sorry. I have acne on my shoulders and upper back. How can I get rid of them? Body acne is fucking tricky, y'all. It is something that I have struggled with for years. There's 2 products that have worked wonders for me when I'm really consistent with them. First, the Naturium Glycolic Acid Body Wash. This is a great cleanser for your body that uses glycolic acid to exfoliate any dead skin cells. And then afterwards, I go in with the Selfless by Hyram Mandelic Acid Exfoliating Serum. I know that might seem extra, but I've used so many serums on my body to help with acne, and none of them have been effective except for the Selfless one. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's always worked so well for me, particularly because I struggle with really bad ingrown hairs that turn into really inflamed hair follicles, and then they turn into acne and breakouts, and it's just a whole ass mess. I apply the mandelic acid as a spot treatment to those areas, and when I'm consistently doing this routine, beautiful. The breakouts go away so quickly. The Selfless serum has a combination of mandelic acid, salicylic acid, phytic acid, all of which work to help with exfoliating the skin and helping with breakouts too. This next question I get a lot. It's really good. I have acne, but I also have bad anxiety. I start picking my skin until it bleeds and I don't even realize it sometimes. What do you recommend? Now this one I feel because I also have really bad anxiety and struggle with scalp picking particularly, and it's so hard to find a solution to this because it's not really about the skincare aspect, it's more about the mental health. And for me personally, every time I've looked up recommendations online, they're like not that helpful. They'll always say like, start seeing a therapist, focus on your mental health, practice more mindfulness. And I'm like, bitch, I am doing all of that and it's not working, god damn it. But here are the things that I've noticed for myself can be really helpful. My first recommendation, particularly for picking acne, limit the amount of time you spend looking in the mirror. Dermatologists always recommend this for people who struggle with skin picking, but the longer you look in the mirror, the more likely you are to start picking at the skin and just make the problem worse. So my recommendation would be, if you're getting ready in the morning, set a timer for like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and once that timer goes off, then don't look at the mirror anymore so you won't be tempted to start picking at your skin. And if you're someone like this person who may unconsciously do it, say throughout the day, I recommend buying some fidget toys. It'll give you something for your fingers to do so that you're not picking at your skin. There's also the solution that has helped me, which is really aggressively rubbing your hands together to get that like stimuli in your fingers, get some of that pent up energy out. And then of course, if you do have really bad anxiety, I hope you're seeing a therapist because they can really help with that and potentially give you options for medication or holistic solutions that can help with that underlying problem. Best of luck to you. Do acne cleansers help clear acne scarring? This is a good question that I am actually asked a lot, and the unfortunate answer is no. When it comes to acne scarring, that is very deep set damage in the skin that a cleanser alone is not going to be able to help with. That's really where you have to hone in on the serums and topical treatments and even prescription treatments treatments that can help to fade any discoloration or scarring in the skin that using a cleanser twice a day for 30 seconds is just not going to do. I have acne prone skin with a lot of active acne, so should I try slugging? Will it increase the acne? This is a really good question because I know how popular slugging has become, and I personally am a fan of slugging. However, I would not recommend slugging every night if you're someone who does have acne prone skin, but I still recommend it, and here's why. If you don't know slugging, you should watch my video about it because I go into a lot of detail about what it is and the benefits, but it's essentially using a petrolatum based product on your face overnight that helps to prevent your skin from losing water and gives your skin an overall more glowy, radiant appearance. It can really help heal your moisture barrier. For anyone who has acne prone skin, I would recommend that you only at maximum slug a few times a week. If you do it too frequently, it can actually aggravate the problem and can make it more difficult for those spots to heal. But definitely try it out, see if it works for your skin. I would say maximum you should only be slugging 3 times a week, but you want to make sure that you're using active ingredients that specifically treat the breakouts and acne you have, because for most people, slugging alone is not going to fix your acne problem. That's where salicylic acid or retinol can be really, really beneficial, but see if it works for you. I absolutely love slugging. I'm on acne medication and my doctor told me not to use any other products besides the acne medication. I'm kind of freaking out. Always, always, always listen to your dermatologist or doctor before you try anything new, because you could be using a really strong prescription product or ingestible medication that when you combine it with, say, ingredients like retinol or salicylic acid can really irritate, sensitize, or cause even more damage in your skin. Your doctor knows best, definitely listen to them, but if you are noticing that the acne medication just really isn't working and you're not seeing the results that you want, talk to them about it. They may be able to get you on a different medication or help you find other solutions that will work even better. But listen up, y'all. If your doctor is telling you not to do something, don't do it. To quote our queen, Nicki Minaj. Do you actually have to pop pimples? No. I don't know who told you that, but no. In my opinion and experience, 99% of the time, popping your pimples is just not a good idea, because not only is it breaking your moisture barrier, it's kind of causing a wound on your skin. You're likely going to introduce it to bacteria and dirt, which is going to make the problem even worse. It just is rarely a good idea. I've had acne for 8 years and I've tried so many things and it just doesn't go away. What do you think could help me? Please help. And this question makes me really sad because I already know if you're commenting this, you have tried so many different solutions out there. Nothing is really working for you. I'm really sorry. That is such a struggle. Whenever people ask me this question, I always personally recommend going to a dermatologist if you are able to. Because if your acne has persisted for this long, I would venture to say that most over-the-counter products just aren't going to do it. And it's likely linked to an underlying problem that's related to genetics or food intake or skin allergies, things that a dermatologist specifically will be able to help you with that I won't be able to, or over-the-counter products likely won't be able to either. But I get it, dermatologists can be really, really expensive, and if you aren't able to afford that, I recommend using a service like Curology or Dermatica, because they're able to connect you with a dermatology specialist who can prescribe you formulations or products that have prescription ingredients that will work a lot better than anything you would find over the counter. But that would be my best recommendation. I'm so sorry. Whew, okay, it has been an hour of me answering all these questions. Obviously, I didn't answer every single question in existence. This video was a little bit clickbaity, but I'm totally down to make another video like this. If you guys want me to, please comment down below with any acne questions you have. I would be more than happy to answer them. These are my favorite videos to film because I just get to connect with you guys and hopefully help you in your journey of helping with your acne. Overall though, acne is a really complicated issue and I don't want you beating yourself up because it is a struggle. Our goal on this channel is to get you the healthiest skin possible, whatever that looks like for you. And when it comes to skincare, it's unfortunately not something that is just an easy fix. It takes time, it takes experimentation, but I hope these tips help. Just a reminder to be patient and always love yourself, because your acne doesn't reflect the beautiful person that you are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. If you want to find any of the products that I talked about in today's video, you can find them all in the description box below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.